Welcome back to another YouTube video where I'm sweating! Hello? What? Yeah, I know what day it is. Oh, so you don't believe me? It's Wednesday, my dudes! Ah! I've been quiet for too long. Welcome back to another YouTube video. So if you don't know me, my name is Jay Izzy 19 or Jay Isaiah. So before we even get started, please, because you know it really helps me out and I really appreciate the support. If you would go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button wherever that button is, just hit it so that we can do this thing, okay? So today's video, I'm actually gonna be doing a little bit of a review and talking about my move to Cali. So in 2 months, guys, in July, like right around the end of July, I'm moving to Cali and I wanna talk about this as I do some makeup. So I was gonna do a full video of full face using only NYX products, but NYX, you don't have a dark enough color for my contour. You didn't have a dark enough color concealer for my contour or any of that. So when I was in Ulta, I did record a little video and here it is. Okay, so quick thoughts. I am having difficulties finding my shade in a couple of things, especially for contour, which was expected because the contour color I need is very dark. Oh, look at my swatches. But the contour color I need is very dark. So NYX, I'm gonna need you guys to come out with more shade ranges because now I feel shaded and not in the good way. After experiencing that and not being able to find a color for my skin, and I am actually not even the darkest, like I'm really not that dark to be honest. And I mean, like you can even look at my chest, like my chest is a lot lighter, but I'm really not that dark. And the fact that you don't have a contour color for my skin, that makes me wonder, like, for people who are darker than me, what do they do? That's something, I mean, I know it's already a big issue in the makeup industry, but that's really something that brands need to start looking at. I got everything I could from NYX to do this look, and thank you NYX because they had this cute little lip kit that came with it, and I think I might use it in this video. So thanks a lot NYX, mwah! So the first product I'm gonna start off with is the NYX Total Control Drop Primer. Follow the instructions. The first thing you're supposed to do is put it in your hand and dab it into the areas where you need it. So let's go ahead and get some of this. So it is like a milky texture. And let's just do what the instructions say. Drip, drop, drippity, drop, drop. So while I'm patting that in, so yeah, it's getting closer to me moving to California, and I am getting like anxious, nervous, excited. All of the emotions are just flowing in all at once. And all I know is that I am excited to go onto a different journey, but I'm also like kind of afraid of what to expect. So far, it is very blurry that I see here. It is giving me like a white ashy kind of tone onto my skin, but I wonder if that will fade away as it dries down. So far, it does feel really good on my skin. It's a little bit tacky, like, which might be good for the foundation, so we'll see once we get there. So then it says to put a little bit on a brush. So I'm gonna be using this flat top angled concealer brush, and I'm just going to drop some drops onto here and then rub it into my face. My biggest thing with moving to Cali is I really want to start collabing with other creators because I live in Orlando and I know there's creators here, so if you guys see the video, hit me up on Instagram or something so we can collab. But I really want to collab with other creators because I literally just sit in my house by myself all the time and live stream, which I love. I do love doing all this stuff, but I think it would be so much fun if I could get other people's input and see other people's creativity and all that other stuff. So when we get to Cali, we gonna do the damn thing. Okay, so I just got done putting on the NYX Total Control Primer. For the most part, it's blurring. It's not as blurring as like the Professional primer or the Hangover RX primer, but I mean, we can work with it, Once we, when it all falls down. So we have the primer on, so now it's time to try out the NYX foundation. So let's see what that has to offer. I had to go do something and it took about like 5 to 10 minutes, and I was walking past the mirror and I looked at my face and I was like, oh, okay, smooth skin. So after the primer dried down, it did make me look very blurred, and it did get rid of some of my pores and things like that. If you're in a rush, I probably wouldn't use this primer, but if you got some time to wait a little bit for your primer to dry down, then definitely buy this product. I'm always looking for a really good foundation, and I was at Ulta, and the lady told me that the most popular NYX foundation is the NYX Total Control. So drop foundation, so why not? Oh, okay. I just literally dropped primer everywhere. What best to go with the new NYX Total Control Drop Primer than the actual Total Control Primer? So apparently the more drops you use, the more full coverage it is, which makes sense. So if you're going for just a light coverage, maybe you're just going to like a, I don't know, a beach day, just having a little bit of fun out in the sun, then you might want to do a light coverage, and that says use 2 drops. If you want medium coverage, it says use 3 drops, and if you want full coverage, it says use 4 drops or more. So I'm going to start off with light and build it up, and then see how that goes. So for light coverage, it said use 2 drops. So let's do 1, oh, and 2. It is very, very liquidy, and let me start blending this out. Okay, so that was 2 drops, and I actually added a little bit of an extra drop, so it's maybe like 2 1/4 drops. And when they say light coverage, it is literally light coverage, like it didn't even cover my whole face. So let's go ahead and add some more drops. So I went ahead and added 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drops of foundation. So let's go ahead and blend this in. Okay, so now I see what you're doing. Now I see what you're doing, and I may like it. Okay. 8 drops later, definitely not full coverage, because if you look at my forehead, like all right here, you can definitely see my pigment through there, my skin color through there. Same side on that. Literally my dark circles under my eyes are still showing through. So it says on the box that full coverage is 4+ drops. So I probably used a total of like 6 drops in that last one because I just kind of put small drops in places. But I mean, I would say after 6 drops it's supposed to be full coverage, and I am not fully covered. Okay, I will say I do like how it looks on my skin. It blended in really, really well, and it does have that kind of velvety matte finish. So it's a little, like a very, very slightly dewy. So if you're oily, I probably wouldn't use this product. I'm thinking I might mix this with a little bit of MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the color NW50 and see how that comes out. Let me go do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went and mixed in the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the color NW50 with the NYX Total Control, and I am loving my complexion right now. Like, it dried down matte and it has just a little bit of that velvety tone from the NYX, but it is like sitting on my face and it looks so good. I think I may have found my foundation mixes, guys. This is why I like doing these things, because you figure out things like this. So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna do a full face using NYX products, but I'm gonna do it off camera and come back to the final look. If you wanna see how I did the tutorial, I'm gonna post that on my Instagram, which I'm popping right there, and it's also in the description below. So I will see you guys in a little bit for the final look of full face using NYX and Makeup Revolution, because NYX didn't have a contour shade that was dark enough for my skin. So yeah, I do it. Back, and I have finished my whole entire face with this cosmic-ish kind of look. I just wanted to play with pinks, blues, purples, and just kind of blend it out. So let's talk about the primer. So the NYX Total Control Drop Primer was actually pretty good. So after putting everything on, like my foundation sat on my face pretty well, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I mean, overall, like, it smoothed out, it blurred, you can't really see my pores that much, so I probably will continue to use this, but I have to figure out, like, in combination with another thing. I don't think I would use this by itself because I have better primers than this. So it is not the best primer in my collection, but I mean, it's usable. Now, on to this foundation. So the foundation is not terrible for the price point. I'm not bashing the foundation at all. But I had to reapply foundation to my forehead in this area right here and right here. That's where I have some hyperpigmentation. 4 times I've had to reapply foundation. 4 times. And finally, after enough setting powder, it finally stayed and now it looks like it does. But I mean, geez. Like, okay, I get the full coverage was 4 drops or more, but I mean, I probably used a total of like, maybe 16 drops of this foundation. Oh! Literally drop foundation. Even though the price point is lower, if you have to use more product, then you might end up having to buy more of these, and then you might just be better off buying a more expensive one. But I mean, I do like it. I like how it feels on my face. I like how it blended in. I like, actually I liked how liquidy it was because it just kind of spread all over my face. But I do not like that I had to apply it 4 times because that was just annoying. But what I need you guys to do is in the comments below, talk about some things that you look forward to when you're watching a review. Like, do they talk about the consistency of the product? Do they talk about the color, or if it oxidizes, or I don't even know. I'm getting into it and they will get a lot better as I progress. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun doing this look. If you want to see the tutorial for this look, go ahead and add me on Instagram. Boop. It is JIzzy19, and that's where the tutorial will be posted. By the time this video is up, the tutorial will already be there. Also, our shout out of the week goes to Ethan, Etwan12. So thank you so much, Ethan, for being a loyal supporter and follower of all of my content. You leave comments, and I saw that you added me on Instagram the other day, and that's what got you this shout out, because once you switch over to multiple platforms, that's how I know it's real. That's how I know it's real. Hey, thank you for watching this. If you want to see more from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That is how I can continue doing this and continue bringing you content, and for real, just living my dreams and figuring out what I want to do. I am still super nervous about Cali, but I'm going to do it because I feel like if I don't do it now, then I'll never do it. So in 2 months, I will be leaving Orlando and landing at LA. Hit that subscribe button, stay positive, don't let anybody tell you can't do something, because guess what? You're in charge of your life. Alright, have a great week, everybody. Peace.